Celsius. And the very last fundamental is freshness. Freshness is the key. We have to protect our coffee from its four enemies: oxygen, heat, light, and moisture. So, that does not allow any impurities to pass in the cup. At the same time, it will not absorb any flavor of the coffee. That's why we believe that French press is the best equipment ever. Now, without wasting time, my coffee is still brewing for 1 minute. I would like to start with I would like to discuss the first step of coffee tasting. That is the smell. We inhale the aroma of the coffee to know its aroma, and our nose can detect 1 trillion of aroma. And aroma is very closely linked with our memory. That's why when we drink coffee, we remember about the most beautiful event or the day that we had during our coffee date with our friends and with our families. And then, have you ever wondered why our nose can detect 1 trillion of aroma? Any guess, judges?
You have to ask that question. Why? We heard a bit about aroma, but what was the question?
Yes, our nose can detect 1 trillion of aroma. Why? Because there are more than 300 olfactory genes located in our brain that's responsible to detect the aroma. Unlike when we taste, we will just get 5 different tastes: sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and umami. Since my coffee is already brewed for 4 minutes, I already discussed about the first step. Now we will pour our coffee and begin with our first step, that is to inhale the aroma of the coffee. Judges, let's inhale. I hope my judges have the same coffee as Ethiopia. When we inhale the coffee, inhale the aroma of the coffee, we will close our eyes and inhale the aroma. At the same time, let's think about the most beautiful day in our life.
Between the Guatemala and Ethiopia, you do smell the lemon. It's really lemony, the last trace.
Yes, judges, may I have your permission to know what aroma you find?
I was just saying lemon.
Lemon. Okay.
Yeah,
even for me, it is somewhat citrusy and the flavor notes of lemon or orange, because this coffee is from Ethiopia. Ethiopia is like around the sides of your tongue, at the tips of your tongue, at the back of your jawbone, just like drinking a lemon juice. Or is it a low acidity like just biting a banana, or is it somewhere between those high and low acidity? Let's start the first coffee now.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, judges, may I know what acidity you find?
Bright acidity.
Thank you. Okay. How about Clary?
Very, very, well, for me it's quite high acidity today. Yeah.
Even for me, it's very high acidity because the coffee has undergone the wash processing method that highlights the crisp nature of the acidity, like acidity of the coffee. That's why we are experiencing the high acidity of the coffee, because of the wash processing method. As we take the next slurp, we will try to concentrate on its mouthfeel. Overall, its weight on our tongue. Is it a full body, like drinking a full fat milk, or is it a light body, just like drinking a skim milk? So let's try to concentrate on its between. That means it's a medium body. Even for me, I can, yeah, it's a medium body. We have in Starbucks, we have a roasting profile, and our coffee are categorized into 3 different roasting profiles: blonde, medium, and the dark. And this Ethiopia belongs to medium category, where the roast time is in between, like not dark roast or the too less like a blonde. It is somewhere in between the time and temperature for roasting this coffee. Okay, next I would like to discuss about, I will describe the coffee, I will describe its flavor note and the food pairing. The flavor note is overall experience of coffee, that once we inhale the aroma and once we slurp the coffee, we will get to know the flavor note of the coffee. So what flavor note did you get? Sir Asim, overall
Yeah, the
experience.
flavor. Juicy flavor.
Thank you. How about Miss Cleary?
Yeah.
Same?
Yeah, it was juicy, it was lemon.
Yeah.
When I first tasted it and smelled it, it was lemon.
Like the next
Exactly.
one.
Yeah, exactly. Since we already found the dominating characteristics of the coffee, that is somewhat citrusy or lemon. Something food that matches or that has a flavor of lemon is the perfect match for this coffee. That enhance the flavor of the coffee. That's how we compare or go for the food pairing of this coffee. I'm done with the 4 steps of coffee tasting. Now we will talk about this coffee. Just like we have a story to tell, even Ethiopia has a beautiful story to tell you to all today. I hope my judges are excited to hear. Right? Okay. Ethiopia is known as the birthplace of coffee. Coffee was discovered in Ethiopia in 850 by a goat herder named as Kaldi. Till then, coffee became very important part of their culture. And today in Ethiopia, they have a ceremony for coffee known as Jabina Buna, where they call their relatives and families and they talk as respect and hospitality, and they talk about the politics and life. That's why they believe that the social bonding among the Ethiopian people are very strong, brought up by this coffee. Otherwise, it would have been scattered. And then, here in the package, we can see this equipment. The name of this equipment is Jabina, and this is a Sini. This is their traditional brewing equipment, and this cup is their traditional serving cup. And this is the equipment they use during their ceremony. And next is the word Ethiopia means, Ethio means burn and the Pia means space. It overall talks about the physical appearance of Ethiopian people. That's why the coffee and the name of the place itself is Ethiopia. And whenever we grab a package of Starbucks coffee, we always see here the word that is ethical sourcing and conservation international. My judges, are you familiar with this word, ethical sourcing or conservation international?
No, you tell us about it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your permission. Okay. Ethical sourcing means like sourcing our coffee not only in business or in terms of business need. We source our coffee in a responsible manner where we take. That's why Starbucks is known as ethically sourcing, and then ethical sourcing has made Starbucks unique from rest of the retail brand in the world. And then most importantly, ethical sourcing works in collaboration with the cafe practices that take care of our farmers. It functions with its 4 different pillars, that is quality, environmental leadership, social responsibility, and economic transparency. If I give you an example of one of the wings of cafe practices in Ethiopia, we talk about environmental leadership. In Ethiopia, Starbucks, in collaboration with the participatory forest management organization, they allow our farmers to grow wild coffee that can boost their economy. At the same time, farmers are not allowed to cause any deforestation or cut down all the trees. They have to take care of the trees at the same time. That is how ethical sourcing or the cafe practices is being practiced in Ethiopia. Also, we have Farmer Support Center in Ethiopia, opened in 2014, that provides ground training to the farmer, and then that enhance the quality. And that's how they are practicing cafe practices or ethical sourcing in Ethiopia. And how And I'm almost at the last end of my coffee tasting. The most important thing today that I'm going to share with is about these women in Ethiopia. At the background, as a background in Ethiopia coffee, we can see her image of women. Yes, judges, can we see the? Are you able to see that the background or silhouette of the women at the package?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
So I'd like to say that today there is nothing in this world women cannot do. Carrying her baby for 9 months in her womb, and then converting house to a home, and stretching her hands to the coffee tree and providing feeding coffee to all the people around the world. So man, how lucky you are to have women in the world. So I am very proud to be born as a woman, and I salute and respect those women who take courage in themselves and they do what they like. Because in Ethiopia, the coffee ceremony is conducted by women. That's why the image is here is a woman. So I am not only Lhachi here representing Kuwait for MENA Championship 2021, I am also representing all the women around the world for their courage. And lastly, but not the least, this Ethiopia coffee was introduced in Starbucks in 2013 as a tribute or honor to Ethiopia, because Ethiopia has gifted the coffee to the world, and in the remembrance we have this complete package here today. That's it. End of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now it's time for your questions.
Yeah, Q&A. Yeah, first question. What do you understand by kosher certification, Lhachi?
Kosher, C-O-A-R-S-E-R.
Kosher, yeah. Kosher, K-O-S-H-E-R.
Oh, I think this is one of the similar to this one, the one-way bulb.
So, what is it?
I don't have much idea about this. Kosher.
Okay, we'll move to the next question.
Okay, so.
Lhachi, what does WCR mean?
World Coffee Research.
Okay, and what is their role?
I think they will come up with they will do a lot of research about the coffee. They will come out with coffee that can fight or climate change, or the disease resilient coffee they will produce that can also help the farmer to boost their coffee production. Indirectly, they are supporting our farmers.
Okay, thank you. Your question?
Next.
Forgetting about your next question.
How do we calibrate the grinder knitting machine, and how often?
It has to be calibrated weekly. First, we have to adjust the knitting grind into number 7. Then we will grind the half shot of coffee beans. Then we will go for the visual comparison with the another grind we have, because that we have to have in order to compare. If it's like a matching, that means the knitting grind is calibrated. If not, we have to again grind adjust the grind.
Okay, Lhachi. Next question for Claire.
Okay. What do you understand by full city roast?
Full city roast. It is one of the steps in coffee roasting, where the coffee has been started to roast and it started to smell, and then where the body and the flavor has developed, also the acidity has developed.
When does it happen in the process?
Yeah, during the roasting process.
Do you know when during the roasting process?
First pop, yellow shade, first pop. In fourth stage?
In the fourth stage, okay?
Okay, Lhachi. Last question. What sample must meet expectations before the SCTC arranges the transportation of the coffee from origin to one of our roasting plants? What sample?
Can you repeat?
Of course. So what sample must meet expectations before the SCTC arranges transportation of the coffee from origin to one of our roasting plants?
Arrival sample?
Arriving sample. Thank you, Lhachi.
Arrival sample, right?
I cannot answer. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
After 3 p.m., I will tell you.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Lhachi. Your
Thank you for
time is
listening
up.
to me.
Thank you, Lhachi.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.